We have talked about some of the issues that the Miami Dolphins have had this past season. And when it happened, one of the ones that happened in a game, we talked about it many, many times. It was against Green Bay. It was on third down, and I believe it was 16. And you ended up putting two receivers in there because two of your receivers chose to take a rest on that down. Okay. And by the way, uh, to actually hit one of them on one of the downs, and then the other one obviously ran a wrong route or whatever. But it was two guys that didn't belong there, but two players who chose to walk off the field and take a rest, which is something that they do often. And one of the things you'll even hear people sometimes defend Tyreek. Will they say, "Oh, is he tired?" Well, actually, Tyreek doesn't take as many reps. He's resting a lot. You'll see him on the sidelines. Well, see, and I always counter with, "Well, then you're not running enough. Then you're not in good enough shape if you're winded. You need to be out there on all offensive plays, pretty much. If you're Tyreek and Waddle, you cannot be sitting unless it's 4th and 1 on the goal line. Then yeah, go have a seat. 3rd and goal on the goal line, go have a seat. Yeah, we're just going to put one big tight end outside and one big wide receiver on the other side or something. We'll do something like that. Oh, that's right, we don't have big wide receivers anyway. So just another thing that makes everything worse. But the point in the press conference yesterday was about discipline or lack thereof with the team, or lack thereof Tyreek Hill, but also Waddle. Why do you think he has this habitual nature of dropping footballs? Why do you think Jalen Waddle continues to drop footballs? Well, that's because Jalen Waddle is unprofessional. He's a great kid. He's fantastic, super nice, super talented, but he's unprofessional. Why? Because he's not always prepared. If he was constantly prepared, he'd rarely drop the ball. Instead, he often drops the ball. So when you're often doing something, that means there's habitual problem. And then there's a habitual attitude on this team. And certain players are given the green light to take a rest. That's the coach's fault. It's the coach's fault that continues to put Julian Hill out there when he continues to make mistakes. You cannot discipline someone for tardiness or a mistake when you tolerate it from someone else and you reward them by continually putting them out there. And by the way, there is no way you can instill discipline in your players when you have no discipline yourself. You refuse to dedicate yourself to the run. You refuse to create a balanced attack. You refuse to spread the ball around. For 2+ years, you refuse to use the tight end. So if anybody thinks that like Mike McDaniel adjusts, in fact, for 3 years, he has proven that he refuses to adjust because he's undisciplined. He can't win a challenge. He can't fix the problem on how to win a challenge 3 years in. So either he's incapable or he's just completely unorganized. And that's the guy that I'm supposed to believe that next year is supposed to turn a new leaf and find guys and keep them in line and all of that. You guaranteed Tyreek his money, dude. He doesn't get. He's Jimmy Butler. He doesn't give a shit. What Jimmy Butler is only doing this now so he can get more guarantees. For me, there is zero hope for next season. Zero. You're going to have to literally show me. You're going to have to convince me that that team, that coach can be disciplined because I don't believe it. I've watched the man for 3 years habitually do the same mistakes over and over and over and over again. We watch him call the same plays over and over and over again. He doesn't learn a goddamn thing. He has no discipline in what he does. He doesn't coach with discipline. So he's supposed to instill discipline in an undisciplined team? Come on, dude. How stupid do you think I am? I've seen this story before. Philbin is what Philbin is. Sperano is what he is. Wannstedt is what he is. They don't change. And if they try to change, they're going to fail. It's elementary. This is why I told the people in the building, that guy's going to get you all fired. But I get it. They're stuck with him because they can't even turn to the owner. Even if they wanted to get rid of him, probably they could, because the owner's going to say, what, am I going to let you hire another coach? And that's and their talent hasn't been bad. Their talent should have won 4 or 5 more games. So the talent the production should have been better, but they didn't hire the right coach. And so that's really what's hurt them more than anything else. They didn't hire the right coach. And then the worst part is they've listened to him also, which they shouldn't listen to him, which I hope this offseason they're telling him, no, you just coach. We're going to tell you what players you need to coach. But we're going to tell you what players. I don't know if that's the case. We'll see. But I'll tell you this. I have zero hope for next season. Zero hope. You're going to literally have to show me. You're going to have to show me over and over. You're going to have to show me the examples over and over again. Oh, you see, no, they've gotten it done. They've fixed it. They got this problem fixed. Yeah, McDaniel figured it out. Obviously, the other thing is Tua's got to play smart. He's got to, stop being stupid and searching for contact. If he does that, then that'll help too. But what's really going to help is if McDaniel can be a disciplined coach and can get a team to be disciplined. Mario Cristobal, Mr. Tough Guy, undisciplined team. And that's Mr. Tough Guy. I don't look at McDaniel as Mr. Tough Guy. I definitely look at Mario Cristobal like that, but I don't look at him as a very good X's and O's coach. So for whatever reason, neither one can produce a disciplined team. But what I do see from McDaniel, none of it says discipline. Not the way he coaches, not the way he calls a game, not the way he handles his players. So in that press conference yesterday, knowing and hearing him say, oh, I know what I got to do and I got to adjust and all that, I am laughing my ass off because I've seen this story before. You can't go from good cop to bad cop. You are who you are. It's not, and the players already know who you are, and they're not going to take you serious. You can't go from cracking jokes all the time to then all of a sudden it's serious time now, fellas. yeah, sure. Okay. Yeah, sure, coach. Whatever. That's one thing that, I found disturbing when I sat down and watched that press conference.